Hey everybody, it's meteorologist Sean Sublette over the Richmond Times-Dispatch. I want to talk a little bit about the smoke that's going on outside right now in Virginia, and it's a lot worse farther to the north. And this is all coming from those Canadian wildfires that you've probably started hearing a lot more about over the last 1 to 2 days. Now, the actual fires are a little farther north off of this satellite imagery. To get your bearings on what you're looking at, this is what we call the visible satellite imagery, meaning it's imagery or pictures taken in the visible part of the electromagnetic spectrum, effectively the sun bouncing off whatever's on the earth below. All right, so the brighter whites here, the spiraling you see in northern New England, that's a broad area of low pressure with clouds. And we've got a streak of clouds coming from the upper Midwest down into Virginia. Again, that's just clouds, and that's why we had a couple sprinkles this morning, although that's moving south. In between, this kind of milky or grayer shade, that's all smoke. All right, and most of the smoke is a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, but some of it is lower down to the ground. And as you might guess, something that's a little bit darker gray, like this batch coming right out of upstate New York, crossing the state line into Pennsylvania, that's where some of the densest smoke is for the moment. Again, in Virginia, it's not bad. It's obviously noticeable. So our air quality is in an unhealthy range for sensitive groups. But just to give you an idea, I mean, this smoke is so extensive. It goes all the way for the upper Great Lakes down here into Virginia and well offshore. So this is a massive, massive amount of wildfire smoke. So let's look at what the air quality indices are right now. And to get your bearings, Virginia is right here. So in Richmond, we're in this little sliver of orange, which is the unhealthy for sensitive groups. All right, but I showed you that where that denser smoke was coming in from upstate New York and Pennsylvania, that's up here in the northern or upper part of the screen, the purple and the deep purple. That's where the air is legitimately unhealthy. In fact, very unhealthy. I mean, the red is unhealthy, but then you get to very unhealthy, and then legit hazardous as that figure gets above 500, which is the air that is just coming across the border from Canada right now into Rochester and upstate New York. So I'm not thinking that the air in Virginia is going to get that bad, but I would suggest that it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. We may have legitimately unhealthy air quality for all groups here in the coming 1 to 2 days before this weather pattern breaks down and we start to see the air coming from a direction that's not smoke infested, to be honest. So limit time outdoors if you have asthma or the kids. Don't let them run around too long outside. Half an hour or so is fine, but they don't want to be outside 3 and 4 hours. All right, and we monitored here. The Virginia Department of Environmental Quality monitors the air too. There are meteorologists there who specialize in that stuff. All right, but the idea here being all this gray you see, that's smoke, and it's all sliding southward into Virginia, so it's going to be at least a couple of days before the air legitimately clears out again.